Great to be joined by Peter Freebairn again. Peter, how are you, mate? Great to have you back on the program.
Yeah, good. How you going?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. And pretty exciting times. Another, 7 days from today, the new album's going to be released.
Yeah, really exciting, Biagio. We've got on the 17th. So really looking forward to it, and then a gig to follow the for the showcase of all the songs the day after at a place in Northcote called the Wesleyan down here in Melbourne.
Yep, yep. And
Yeah.
so the album has a number. Well, you've obviously got the track that you released. Um, I got lucky. I got you.
Yeah.
And there's a couple more tracks coming, I believe. Are they being close to release? Will they be released before the album release or after the album
Well,
release?
yeah, what we're doing, there's another track called Crazy Love on the album, and we're going to release that based on the day we release the album. We're going to release that single at the same time. So
Great, great.
that's our second single, and we'll take it from there. But it's all looking really good
Yeah,
and
and I
exciting.
I I believe that there's been significant airplay not only in Australia but also overseas in the US and the UK.
Yeah, look, we've had some really good response over in some parts of America and over in, like you say, and over in the UK. Uh,
Hmm.
there's been like yeah, a lot of airplay really for such a short space of time, and here obviously there's a bit going on here as well with the airplay, but places like Philadelphia and uh, in the United Kingdom, like Bath and all these places. So it's pretty exciting, really, when you get your reports back in from the record company and you see where you're getting played and everything. It's really good. It really makes the world is such a small place, but it's great to feel it's such a big place that you're getting to those sort of places with your music. It's exciting. I love that side of it, that you're reaching that sort of an audience. It's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And music does touch everyone across the globe anyway. So it'd be great to know that all these people are listening to your music from different parts of the world.
Absolutely, yeah. That's it's exciting. I just love it. I love that it's out there. It's not just spinning around in my studio when you're recording all these songs and writing them and everything. It's just you and the song in the studio, and then once it gets out into the world, it's in the world. It's like a, a newborn baby, and it goes and then it grows and it does its thing, which is
Yeah.
exciting. I keep
And you
saying exciting as it is.
and before you know it, Peter, you're probably going to be touring around the world anyway. So that'll be
That would be
exciting
great.
as well, mate. Yeah, as long as they pay you for it, that's the main thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah, got to be paid. That's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So the making of the album is a little bit unique. Let's say that you've got a studio at your place which has these wonderful resources that you're able to produce this type of album of music. Is that correct, Peter?
It is correct. Yeah, it's a kind of it's hard to explain. Valley Road Studio. It's under the house. Valley Road's just a dear name to me that's got a bit of meaning for me and like just in my past and things. So that's what I've named the studio, Valley Road, and it's a basically like a dugout under the house. And my wife and I sort of cleaned it all up and put some padding around everywhere, just to deaden the sound. And then I've got my Pro Tools rig in here, and I've got my amps and keyboards, all my recording stuff. So it's great. It's a really good environment. It's great because you can come down when you want and walk away when you want. Whereas you're in a big studio, you sort of the times are booked. You've got to go in there at certain times, leave at certain times. So it's really good to have that flexibility and just yeah. So when you're vibing, you come down, and when you've had enough, you go back upstairs and have a beer
Yeah,
or have a
yeah.
beer.
While you're there.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes some great music is produced over a drink.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, as long as it's not too many,
Too
but
many. Too
I
many.
perform better. Look, I'll when I'm writing lyrics and things like that, I've really got to keep my focus. I don't know about these guys, these rock and roll guys that get half wasted and do stuff. I can't. My brain doesn't work that way. I've got to just be pretty switched on for lyric writing. I might have a beer while I'm jamming on the guitar or something. That's kind of fun. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There is a sort of limit to the drinking side, I guess. But when you want to produce quality of work, good body of work. So yeah, the launch is going to be next week on the Saturday, which is in Melbourne, Victoria.
Yeah, so that's at a place called the Wesleyan in Northcote. It's Saturday the 18th, and yeah, tickets are selling really well. So we're looking forward to the band's all really rehearsed up for it. So we're looking forward to a really good, successful day. And yeah, just looking forward to it. Like I said, we've just been rehearsing our butts off, and yeah, my fingers are getting tired from just playing so much guitar.
So
Much.
if people want to, because we've got people that listen in Melbourne as well. Is there any particular best place they can go to buy their tickets to come and see you, or just show up?
Yeah, they can go on to my sites, and there'll be links to, so Peter Freebairn Music. They'll find links to ticket sales, or they can even type in the Wesleyan Hotel, and they'll have like where you can be directed to purchasing tickets directly from the hotel as well. So yeah, and I mean there are certain, you can sort of walk up as well, but ultimately it's good to you walk up, you may not, it's a limited sort of seating capacity, so you'd be better off to get something online, I think, in the venue.
Best to book in advance and make sure you got your ticket, and they can even make a night of it and come and see the launch of the album, and you can check it out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so it's a lot of hard work, especially doing it all yourself in this studio that I'm sitting. I look around and I've just got so many good memories in here. And when I recorded all the drums in here with Paul, Paul is in the band. I had a massive drum kit in this little studio, which you can't see unfortunately, but it was really loud. I had to have ear protection in while he was recording, and he's obviously a drummer because he doesn't need ear protection. But it just worked really well. Like we recorded them with two microphones, which is kind of an old Beatles technique where these days when you record, there's just like a heap of microphones on the drums and on whatever you're doing and stuff. But we just had to use two mics through necessity, and we got a unique sound that way for the album actually, with just a microphone within the kick drum and an overhead mic that basically gets the room sound. So yeah, it was interesting, but a really good result. We were blown away the sound we got from the drums in here, to be honest. And yeah, just valve amp guitars and guitar amps, and just kept it really raw and real. No auto tunes on the voices and things. Just sung it as many times as I had to sing it in pitch and get it good. So it was good fun.
Yeah, and you can definitely. I mean, I could be wrong, but I sense a Beatles, Lennon bit of flavour touch in your tunes there.
Yeah, there's
a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of influences over the years with all that. Like there's times when I've been to different bands and people. Like I spent a long time listening to Neil Young when I was a kid, as well as the Beatles, and I was into like Joe Walsh for my guitar playing, a guy called Robin Trower, and Dave Gilmour from Pink Floyd. So I've just been through phases in my life where I've been influenced heavily by this person. You get into them, and then you sort of move on to someone else, and you just sort of in the end you just compile a whole lot in your mind, obviously, and what comes out is what you've learned from the greats that you're influenced by.
Yeah, and that's absolutely, and that's probably the best way to do it, is learn from other people who have actually been successful at it.
And not to mimic, I think, is to learn and do your own thing and your own craft, and don't try to be like them. Just try to be yourself. And then I think it all just comes out naturally if you do that, and don't try and sound like the Beatles, or don't try and sound like Neil Young, because you sound like you, and that's who you're going to be more successful, I think, if you just be yourself.
Yeah, authenticity is the key for everything, I think, Peter.
Yeah,
whatever you do, music, whatever it is. And but
the gig that's happening on the 18th, which is the showcase for the album. So we really just want to get on the other side of that, and then look at some other dates and see where we go from there, pretty much. Whether we sort of go up the highway to you guys or wherever. I guess we'll just have to cross all those roads, pardon the pun, as we get to them.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to get a lot of great responses. I mean, if you people in the US and UK are already loving your music, I'm sure you'll probably be doing the world tour. You probably won't have time to come to Sydney, Peter. You'll be in the US and the UK.
Thanks, I appreciate that, but no, we'll always have time for. Yeah. You never forget where you come from with all this sort of stuff. I can tell you that. Like it's I appreciate everything.
No worries. And mate, thanks again, Peter, for jumping on this afternoon and having a chat with me. and good luck with the launch next Saturday. And I look forward to and the album. Obviously, there's plenty of other tracks on there. And
Yeah, people can check it out after the 17th. It's all up on all the digital platforms and everywhere. So feel free to go on and have a listen to all the tracks are on there. Yeah, on everything. So it'd be great. Have a listen and then come to the show, which would be awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Those listening in Melbourne, because I know I've got a couple of, at least half a dozen or so that I know of. Get yourselves down there and check out Peter and his band, and make sure anyone else that's not in Melbourne, go to Spotify, Apple, everywhere on social media, on the social platforms, and download the music, because it's really good music, Peter. I really enjoyed the track that you released. We got a good response on the radio for it, and I can't wait to play the other ones as well.
That's great. And thanks to all your listeners for liking, and really appreciate, Biagio, like your efforts, and thank you very much for having me.
No, it's a pleasure, mate. You have a great weekend. All the best next week, and we'll hopefully talk again soon in the future.
I'd love to. I'll see you soon.
Cheers, mate. Have a great one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.